I'm with you on that. Like, monkeys, if you ever watch a TV show or a movie, monkeys are always cheeky and friendly, and everyone loves the monkey. Dora's got boots. And in real life, they're just the most horrible animals ever. They're exact opposites of Russians. Because Russians on TV shows and movies are always these horrible people, and then in real life, they're even worse. Yeah, that's a new joke. I didn't know about that one. It's a pretty woke crowd here in the queer language crew. It's true though about the monkeys. I do hate the monkeys. Yeah, so I understand there's a lot of Russians in Canggu. I don't encounter many Russians. Like, Russians kind of have their own ecosystem, and I'm not in that ecosystem. And they all go to the same places, and I don't go to those places because I'm broke. So the Russians, it doesn't bother me any. You were talking about me being famous in Jakarta, and I kind of was. Not for anything like special, but I ran a bar in Jakarta. In Pondok Indah for 8 years, a very popular party bar, and it was awesome, and I loved it, but I also became a 2-pack-a-day smoker and weighed 145 kilos when I moved to Canggu. And I hosted this show 2 weeks ago, and within those 2 weeks, I've stopped smoking. So it's amazing, and in such a short period of time, how you can just change your life. And as somebody who just stopped smoking, I feel compelled to talk about it every chance I get. But that's good, because that keeps me on the path. And like I said, when I moved here from Jakarta 2 years ago, smoked 2 packs a day, weighed 145 kilos, and I thought I was living life. Like, I thought I was living large. Like, I had it figured out. And fortunately, I changed. I started going to the gym. Like, 50 years old, it was the very first time I went to the gym, and I was nervous. I was so scared. And when I walked into the gym, it was pretty obvious. This guy, who was about my age, really fit guy, it was really obvious to him that I was new. And he came right up to me, and he goes, 5 years ago, I was just like you. And I was like, wow, you used to be a comedian? At the gym today, one of the cleaners was washing his feet in the hot tub. Ugh, like, why can't he be a normal Indonesian and just wash his feet in the urinal? Come on! Like, maybe the women don't get that, but like, that's such a Jakarta thing. That's such a Java thing. The dudes always washing their feet in the urinal. You go to Grand Indonesia, the nicest mall in the country, and there's signs about don't wash your feet in the urinal, and then there's always a guy washing his feet in the urinal. When I was at the gym, the first gym I went to, and it didn't stick, but I went to a fight gym. And all the trainers were Indonesian, all the fighters were bule. So, it was a bunch of bules hitting Indonesians. It was like the Dutch never left. I got a trainer. He's helping me get in shape. I'm helping him exchange. I'm helping him trade crypto. So he's helping me lose weight. I'm helping him lose money. As a fat, rich South Jakartan, the very first thing I did to get in shape was to buy a fitness watch. And then post about it on IG, hashtag, this time it's different. And the watch, they call it a smartwatch. And like, the watch just kept telling me that I'm fat and lazy. And like, I don't need a smartwatch for that. Like, a moderately intelligent watch could tell me that. And but it was like a Chinese watch, like Xiaomi, so it's like very direct. Like, I want like the Indonesian version, like, Mister, maybe you should lose some weight. Yeah. The polite watch. And it was like a Chinese watch. So like, it wasn't even like born smart. Like, it just copied its way to being smart. The watch, It captures all my bio data. And my girlfriend wanted me to share my bio data with her. And I thought, like, oh my God, that is so sweet, that is so loving. And it turns out she wanted me to share the bio data from my watch with her because she realized when we have sex, my heart rate goes up, my stress level goes down. So she wanted that data to know if I was cheating. Right, like if anyone is going to figure out the best technology hacks, it's a teenager. Oh my God. Just tested the waters on that one. You guys laughed because I can go down that stream, but I usually just touch it once or twice. No, it's just kidding. But I have, and I've lived in Indonesia so long. You know, I've actually lived here longer than my girlfriend. And then my girlfriend said, like, how's that possible? I was born here. I lived here my whole life. I said, babe, I've been here 15 years. All right, that's the last one. For now. When I put my fitness watch on, I'll go back to the watch. I put the watch on. And when I put it on, it said I'm fatter than 99% of the population. So I had an idea. I changed the location to America. And wow, I was 50%. I was right back in the middle of the curve. Back to being a medium at Walmart. And I'm fat because like a lot of Americans, I want the most calories for the least amount of money. That's the same reason I like chubby hookers. You get more for your money and they're always on promo. These are jokes, right? These are jokes. I will say one thing. I've been doing comedy for a couple years now in Bali, and this has always fascinated me about doing comedy, specifically in Bali. Bules don't believe a word I say on stage. Everything is a joke. Indonesians think everything you say is true. So when I make jokes about hookers, like all the white people know I'm joking. But when I make jokes about like being a sugar daddy, every time I made a joke about a sugar daddy, an Indonesian woman has come up to me after the show and said, if only you were taller. Right, like that's the cute way to go out of that. Everyone's expecting a dirty ending, and it's nice because there's a lot of things, a lot of reasons why a woman wouldn't like me, but my height is not the one. Right? Speaking of chubby hookers, a buddy of mine doesn't have a credit card. He goes back to the U.S. You know, it's very expensive to fly to the U.S. So he puts it on his credit card. He gives me the cash, and I put it on my credit card. And that's like 30 million rupiah. Now, you know 30 million rupiah in a country where the biggest bill is 100K. It's a big stack of money. And I think because I had 30 million rupiah in my room, I brought a girl home that night. And we get back to my place. She's in the kitchen, I'm in the bedroom. The money is on top in my wardrobe. I grab the money, but I'm drunk and I drop the money, and there's a ceiling fan next to my wardrobe, so it starts blowing the money everywhere. So I'm on my hands and knees like I'm on a Japanese game show, scooping up 30 million rupiah. This is going on for like 5 minutes. She opens the door, which was incredibly awkward because we just spent 40 minutes negotiating the price. But she was cheeky. She goes to me, oh, is that for the tip? Honey, if I'm paying you 30 million, you better put in more than just a tip. I love that joke. It's not even a joke. Yeah. And I love Indonesia. I love Indonesia. I love living in Indonesia. Indonesia Raya. Thank you guys so much for having me as your guest. It's, I totally miss Jakarta. I mean, Bali's great, and it's been so healthy for me, and I've been getting in shape. And like, I completely forgot how to speak Bahasa, and I only hang out with white people. And I feel so lucky that I lived so long in Jakarta and in Java. Anybody else from Jakarta? Anybody else? Just the girl from Surabaya who happens to live on Sedia Booty? No Jakarta people? I've been to Lebanon. I absolutely loved it. I had a great time. I was there 2008, so it was like doing really well because I'm really unfortunate that Lebanon is not doing as well these days. You live here now, though. How long have you lived in Bali? Oh, right. Okay. Did you come from Lebanon? Right. Okay, that's where I used to live. How did you like Dubai? Yeah. I feel like if Dubai was a woman, it would be Russian. It's very hot, very expensive, a lot of plastic. Yeah, very fake. Yeah, it was nice living there. It was nice. I just was traveling with my pretend girlfriend. I think like she was talking about like how it's inconsistent as a comedian because we don't really do these long sets too often. So I have jokes where some of them I have a girlfriend and some of them I don't have a girlfriend. And I don't have a girlfriend, but like it's easier to do the joke if I have a girlfriend or I pretend I have a girlfriend. Or maybe at the time I did have a girlfriend, but it's like, anyway. So my girlfriend and I, we just took a trip. We went to Vietnam. We stopped over in Singapore. And in Singapore, at the lounge, we had a layover. When I was checking in, they said, like, well, hey, look, all of our porn is disabled. I mean, that's not usually my favorite category, but if that's all you have, I'll make an exception. Yeah. We all have kinks. We all have a kink, so let's not kink shame. And when we have a kink, that kink makes so much sense to us. When somebody else has a kink and we don't have that kink, sometimes it's going to be a little bit harder. But the thing is, like, we don't choose our kinks. Our kinks choose us. And sometimes, like, for instance, I didn't even know I had a kink until I accidentally typed into Google, Asian schoolgirl wearing a diaper. ABDL. And what was so great about the internet, because you guys probably grew up with the internet, but I was there, like, I was already 20s or so when it came out. And, like, I would have these fetishes or things that I liked that I thought I was the only one in the world who liked it. And then the internet came along and, like, wow, like, there's multiple pages for my very specific narrow niche kink. And it was incredible. It was incredible. It took away so much shame of having that kink that I didn't even choose that chose me. I've lived in Asia a long time. I've been in Asia 15 years. So I'm not even sure when I click on the Asian category on Pornhub, is that a fetish or is that just because I've lived in Asia so long? Like if I lived in Africa, I'd probably go for BBM. It just so happens. But my biggest problem with the Asian porn category is they lump all Asia together. And Asia is a very big continent. And like Korean porn is kind of cute. Japanese porn, you want to watch with the sound turned all the way down. Thai porn has some confusing endings. It's always a surprise. I once was watching a Singapore porn. That's just the worst. Like, she was bitching in the porn video. What kind of car do you drive? Where's your condo? You promised me chicken rice. Chicken rice is the worst. Chicken rice is the Singaporean national treasure. And the worst Indonesian dish is better than chicken rice. Oh my God, you guys are pro-Singaporean? All right, there's one pro-Singaporean in the house.
I'm Singaporean.
Nice. So you guys know ChatGPT, right? You guys are the smart crew. Like if you're doing languages, you guys ChatGPT. Yeah? No?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I'm surprised because I've been doing jokes about ChatGPT, And then I'll find out after the show, most of the people have no idea what ChatGPT is. And then I think like, wow, really, Polly is not as where I thought it was. I mean, it was crypto capital of the world, but now, no one knows ChatGPT. Anyway, so I was on ChatGPT, and I asked it, tell me the top 10 things about Singapore. And it said, number 1, it's clean. And then it stopped. I broke ChatGPT. By the way, this coughing is good. It's all the toxins leaving my system. Day 5, quitting smoking. Day 5 is easier than day 4. Day 3 was tough. Day 2, day 1, but I'm getting there, and I'm so happy. I was pretty triggered on my way here. I was early, and I stopped at a Circle K. Man, and when you're a smoker or a non-smoker going to a Circle K, like, I love nongkrong. The reason I love Indonesia is Indonesians love to hang out. I love to hang out. I love to sit around and chit-chat and gossip and flirt and just for hours. Like, I can do it for hours. And I was at Circle K just on my way here, not even thinking like, when you're trying not to smoke, Circle K is like danger zone. Like, I've given up drinking, so going to bar, like, I know going in that's going to be tough, but I was shocked at how tough it was going into the Circle K and not smoking. But I didn't do it, so I'm really proud of myself. Yes, it's all like, a big part of that's about like cognitive reframing. I love having a smart crowd. Like, I don't have to explain what cognitive reframing is. Like, I say this in like most of the sets, and people are like, it's a pretty big word. I'm just here in Bali on holiday. Cognitive reframing, when you change your mindset about something, like I used to be so nervous, like I used to be so scared about getting up on stage, but now I changed my mind to it's, exciting. I used to get anxiety about driving my motorbike in Bali. Now I reframe it, it's an adventure. Talking to women made me so scared. Now when I talk to women, I make them scared. So my girlfriend and I, when we were in Vietnam, I got a little sidetracked to the Singapore. All right, I'll go back to the cognitive reframing because, this is really hard for me to admit because I'm a middle-aged white man who looks like a Trump supporter, but I love self-help books. I absolutely love self-help books, but like there's certain things fat middle-aged white guys just don't admit, we don't ask for, we don't ask for help, we don't ask for opinions or consent. I knew that was the wrong room for this joke, for that joke. Yeah, all right, I can't end on that one. God damn it. Now I don't know where to go. Now I'm lost. I'm running out of time. Yay! Oh, I know what I'll end with. I'll end with this. And this is something that I've been thinking about for a while, and you brought up Kartini. And now look, Kartini was cool. I'm not taking that away from her. She was a writer, pro-equality, pro-education, anti-colonialist, all good stuff. Even though it turns out maybe she didn't author all the letters. But I'm not going to nitpick. I mean, she's a national treasure. The woman, though, that Indonesia should celebrate, who combines all of that, the anti-colonialist and the equality, is Chut. Chut Nyanden? Yeah. Like, she did it in action. Kartini, oh, Menulis. When the Dutch killed her husband, Chut went on a murderous rampage for 20 years. She herself killed over 100 Dutch colonialists. She was the original bule hunter. Alright, terima kasih banyak Indonesia Raya.